The evening has drawn everything inward now. The kind of quiet that comes when the world no longer asks to be faced. A heart arrives here carrying the need to be unseen, unguarded, safe from the weight of the day. The light is low. The body is tired of standing exposed. And the soul longs for a place to rest without being watched, without being strong. There is a gentle desire to step out of the noise, to be covered by stillness, to be held where nothing can reach in. Let the shoulders soften and fall. Let the chest ease without holding breath. Let the hands rest closed or open as they choose. Let the breath slow and deepen naturally. Let the body settle into quiet safety. If these prayers bring you peace, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for more nightly prayers, and share where you're listening from tonight. Your presence and words help keep this space gentle and growing. Now, take another slow breath. Let us begin this prayer together. Sheltering God, gentle and near. A quiet heart comes before you now, not seeking to be seen, not trying to be strong, simply resting. The noise of the day fades away, and your presence becomes a place of covering, a space where the soul can breathe without fear. There is comfort in knowing that you receive the weary without question, that you welcome the one who needs to hide and rest. You are the place where the heart can withdraw safely, where the soul does not need to explain itself. In your nearness, there is refuge from worry, refuge from pressure, refuge from everything that pressed too close today. A soul rests here knowing it is surrounded, not exposed, not vulnerable, but gently hidden within your care. You surround with calm rather than walls, with peace rather than silence alone. Your presence shields without closing in, offering protection that feels warm and steady. In this still hour, fear loosens, vigilance softens. The body senses safety and begins to rest more fully. Breath slowing, tension easing, trust settling quietly. Remain close now, sheltering God. As this prayer continues into deeper stillness, let the heart rest in the assurance that it is hidden within your care. Let peace settle deeply knowing you are here, covering, protecting, and holding this night in quiet safety. The stillness settles a little deeper now, like stepping fully into a quiet place where nothing follows. The body begins to sense that it is sheltered here. No need to brace. No need to watch the edges. Muscles soften gently. The spine rests into support. The feeling of being exposed fades away. Everything feels drawn inward towards safety. Breath moves slowly and evenly, unforced, uncounted. Each breath out releases the need to stay alert. Each breath in carries reassurance that this moment is protected. The chest rises and falls with ease. The stomach softens. The shoulders remain low and relaxed. The body listens to this rhythm and settles further into calm. Sheltering God. You remain near in this quiet refuge. Not distant. Not removed. But present as safety itself. A resting heart senses you as covering rather than direction. As protection rather than demand. There is comfort in knowing that you do not require strength here. You offer rest instead. The weight of the day begins to loosen its hold. Concerns that once pressed close grow quieter, less defined. They do not need attention tonight. They can rest within your care, held gently and securely. Silence fills the space they leave behind, steady and kind, making room for peace to spread. A sense of being hidden settles into the inner body, calm and reassuring, like resting beneath something steady and warm. This safety eases the nerves, slows the heartbeat, allows the breath to remain soft and even. There is no rush here, no need to emerge. Hiding becomes rest rather than fear. You are the God who surrounds without confining, who protects without pressure. In your presence, the heart learns it is safe to withdraw, safe to be unseen, safe to rest without explanation. Trust grows quietly in this shelter, settling into the body as ease and calm. Nothing presses for attention now. Nothing reaches into this space. This moment belongs to quiet refuge, to rest offered freely. A heart settles knowing it is hidden and held, and that nothing must be faced alone tonight. Let the calm continue to deepen, through breath, through body, through thought. Let your presence remain the gentle shelter beneath this stillness, carrying everything toward deeper rest. The quiet feels more complete now, like resting deeper within shelter where nothing can reach. The body responds by softening further, sinking gently into support, no longer holding its edges, no longer preparing to respond. There is a sense of being fully inside safety, unseen, unbothered, allowed to rest without explanation. Breath continues in a slow, calm rhythm, steady and unguarded. Each breath out releases the last traces of exposure. Each breath in carries reassurance that this space remains secure. The chest moves easily. The stomach rests soft. Even the small muscles that stayed alert without notice begin to let go. The body understands that it does not need to stay visible here. Sheltering God. You remain close in this deepening refuge, not as something to look toward, but as what surrounds and covers. A resting heart senses you as gentle protection, steady and kind. There is relief in knowing that nothing needs to be faced in this moment, that the soul can remain hidden without fear, without shame, without urgency. Thoughts that linger begin to lose their hold, growing quieter, less distinct. They drift past the edges of awareness and fade. Silence takes their place, calm and welcoming, like soft darkness that brings rest rather than uncertainty. The mind follows this quiet naturally, content to remain still. A deeper sense of safety settles into the inner body now, steady and reassuring, like being held beneath something warm and constant. This safety calms the nervous places, slows the inner rhythms, allows the breath to remain slow and even. Healing begins quietly where the heart no longer feels exposed. You are the God who hides the weary in kindness, who offers refuge without questions. In your presence, withdrawing becomes rest, and hiding becomes peace. The soul does not need to explain itself here. It is simply held, completely and gently. The body grows heavier now, supported and at ease. Arms resting easily, legs relaxed, the face soft and still. Breath remains slow and steady. Awareness drifts closer to rest, content to remain within this covering. Nothing presses in. Nothing disturbs this calm. Remain near, sheltering God. As this quiet continues to deepen, let the heart rest unseen within your care. Let the body settle further into ease. Let peace remain steady, knowing this refuge holds through the night. The stillness widens gently now, like resting deeper within a quiet place that closes softly around the heart. The body feels fully inside this shelter, no longer sensing the outside, no longer listening for what might approach. There is a calm assurance that nothing needs to be faced here. That rest is allowed to be complete, unobserved, unchallenged. Breath moves slowly and evenly, almost blending into the silence. Each breath out releases the last awareness of being seen. Each breath in carries a calm knowing that this refuge holds steady. The shoulders remain low, the jaw soft, the muscles around the eyes smooth and relaxed. The body settles willingly, trusting the safety it feels. Sheltering God, you remain near in this softened stillness, not watching from afar, but surrounding gently. A resting heart senses you as covering rather than direction, as protection rather than demand. There is comfort in knowing that you do not ask the soul to step back into the open. You allow it to remain hidden and at peace. Thoughts continue to fade into the background, losing their edges, losing their pull. They do not follow into this space. Silence fills what remains, calm and unbroken, like soft darkness that soothes rather than conceals. The mind rests easily here, content to be quiet. A deeper sense of protection settles through the inner body, steady and reassuring, easing the places that once felt exposed. The heartbeat slows. The breath remains gentle. The nervous places soften fully. Safety feels complete now. Not temporary, not fragile, but constant and kind. You are the God who shelters without closing in, who hides without isolating. In your presence, The soul learns that being unseen can be healing. That rest does not require strength. This truth settles softly, bringing comfort without effort, allowing trust to deepen naturally. The body grows heavier now, comfortably supported, limbs resting loose and still, the face relaxed and calm. Breath remains slow and unguarded. Awareness drifts closer to rest, content to remain within this shelter. Nothing presses forward. Nothing intrudes. Stay near, sheltering God. As this calm continues to deepen, let the heart remain hidden and safe within your care. Let the body settle fully into ease. Let peace continue to spread gently through this quiet refuge. The quiet feels firmly established now, like resting deep within a place that does not open unexpectedly. The body remains settled and supported, no longer sensing the need to protect itself, no longer reaching outward. Stillness feels dependable here, not fragile, not temporary, but steady and kind. The night seems to guard this refuge carefully, allowing rest to deepen without interruption. Breath continues in a slow, gentle rhythm, steady and unforced. Each breath out releases the last sense of exposure. Each breath in carries reassurance that this hiding place remains secure. The chest rises softly and falls again. The stomach rests unguarded. The back settles fully into support. The body listens and relaxes further, trusting what it feels. Sheltering God. You remain close in this deepening calm, not asking the soul to explain itself, not drawing it back into the open. A resting heart senses you as quiet protection, patient and constant. There is relief in knowing that nothing needs to be faced tonight. That hiding here is not avoidance. It is rest. It is care. The concerns of the day feel distant now, softened and quiet. They do not cross into this space. They remain outside the shelter of this moment. Silence settles where vigilance once lived, calm and steady, making room for peace to spread through every inner place. A grounded sense of safety fills the body, warm and reassuring, like being covered gently but completely. This safety calms the nerves, steadies the heartbeat, allows the breath to remain slow and even. Healing unfolds quietly here, not through effort, but through being held without exposure. You are the God who hides the weary without shame, who offers refuge without questions. In your presence, the heart learns it is safe to withdraw, safe to rest unseen, safe to stop explaining. Trust settles deeper now, not spoken, but felt, spreading gently through the body as ease and calm. The body grows heavier in a comforting way, fully supported, arms resting easily, legs relaxed, the face soft and still. Breath remains quiet and steady. Awareness drifts closer to rest. content to remain within this covering. Nothing intrudes. Nothing disturbs this calm. Remain near, sheltering God. As this prayer continues, let the heart rest hidden within your care. Let the body settle fully into ease. Let peace remain steady and gentle throughout this quiet refuge. The stillness deepens again, quietly and without effort, like settling farther inside a place where the world cannot follow. The body no longer resists this calm. It yields into it, trusting the shelter that surrounds and holds. There is a sense of being fully covered now. Nothing exposed. Nothing left unguarded. Only rest remaining. Breath moves slowly and evenly, guided by ease rather than thought. Each breath out releases the last need to stay alert. Each breath in carries reassurance that this hiding place remains secure. The shoulders stay low, the chest soft, the muscles of the back and legs fully at rest. The body recognizes this protection and settles deeper, sheltering God. A yielding heart remains within your covering now, no longer bracing, no longer watching the edges. There is no fear in letting go here, because you do not shift, you do not withdraw, you remain steady. What is released is not lost. It is hidden safely within your care, held without question or demand. The inner sense of vigilance fades further, replaced by quiet trust. There is no need to stand ready, no need to anticipate. Your presence surrounds this moment completely. This trust settles into the body, calming the inner rhythms, easing the places that stayed tense for too long, allowing the breath to slow naturally. A deeper peace fills the space where guarding once lived, warm and steady, like resting beneath something strong and gentle. This peace does not need attention. It simply remains, calming the nerves, steadying the heart, allowing healing to unfold quietly through safety rather than effort. You are the God who invites hiding without fear, who offers refuge without confinement. In your presence, withdrawing becomes rest, and rest becomes healing. The body senses this kindness and responds by softening further. Awareness loosening, breath deepening, everything moving toward ease. The mind grows quieter now, thoughts appearing less often, fading more quickly. Silence stretches comfortably between moments of awareness, and that silence feels safe, supportive. The body follows this quiet lead, resting deeper, trusting the night, trusting your covering completely. Remain near, sheltering God. As this refuge continues to deepen, let the heart rest unseen within your care. Let the body sink further into calm. Let peace remain steady and gentle, carrying everything toward deeper rest. The night feels settled and protective now, like resting deep within a quiet shelter that does not open or shift. The body lies calmly, supported and still. No longer sensing the outside. No longer listening for what might come. There is a gentle permission to remain hidden here. Unobserved. Unchallenged. Fully at rest. Breath continues in a slow, even rhythm, moving easily through the body. Each breath carries reassurance that nothing needs to be faced, that safety does not depend on alertness. The chest rises and falls softly. The stomach remains relaxed. The limbs feel comfortably heavy. The body understands that it is safe to remain unseen and still. Sheltering God. You remain near in this quiet refuge, not calling the soul outward, not asking for strength, simply present as covering itself. A resting heart leans into your steadiness, releasing the last need to watch or prepare. Tonight there is no exposure required, no explanation needed, only rest within your gentle hiding place. The inner sense of alertness fades further, replaced by calm assurance. Peace settles deeply, warm and dependable, like resting beneath something that cannot be moved. This peace remains steady through every quiet breath, easing the nervous places, allowing the heart to slow and soften fully. You are the God who surrounds without confining, who hides without isolating. In your presence, trust grows naturally, not as a thought, but as a feeling of ease spreading through the body. The soul rests knowing that you remain watchful, even as awareness softens, even as sleep approaches. The mind grows quieter now, thoughts appearing less often, dissolving almost as soon as they arise. Silence fills the space between them, calm and unthreatening. The body follows this quiet lead, sinking deeper into rest, content to remain hidden, content to be held. Nothing presses forward. Nothing intrudes upon this calm. This moment remains securely within your care. Peace stays steady and gentle, preparing the soul to drift naturally toward deeper rest. Without effort, without fear. Stay near, sheltering God. As this trust continues to deepen, let the heart remain hidden and at ease within your refuge. Let the body rest fully supported and calm. Let peace remain steady and sure through the quiet of the night. The calm holds steady now, deep and enclosing, like resting within a quiet place where nothing enters uninvited. The body feels fully settled inside this shelter, no longer adjusting, no longer aware of what lies beyond, simply resting, supported without effort. The sense of weight becomes comforting, grounding, safe. Everything feels drawn inward toward peace. Breath flows slowly and evenly, barely calling attention. Each breath out releases the last trace of vigilance. Each breath in carries reassurance that this hiding place remains secure. The space between breaths widens, filled with silence that feels warm and kind. The body responds by relaxing further, trusting the shelter that surrounds it. Sheltering God. You are present within this stillness, not outside guarding the door, but as the covering itself. A resting soul senses you as nearness, calm and steady, wrapping gently around every breath. There is no need to check for safety. Your presence is the safety, constant and quiet. Peace settles more deeply into the inner body now, warm and reassuring, easing places that once felt exposed. The breath remains slow, the heart beats steady, the nerves soften completely. This peace does not come from hiding away. It comes from being held, unseen yet known, covered yet cared for. You are the God who allows the soul to remain hidden without fear, who makes refuge a place of rest rather than escape. In your presence, the heart can remain still, knowing it is protected fully. This assurance spreads gently, calming every remaining ripple, bringing balance through quiet safety. The body grows heavier now, comfortably supported, limbs resting loose and still, the face soft and relaxed. Breath remains even and unguarded. Awareness drifts gently, unhurried, content to remain within this covering. Peace continues to deepen without effort. Nothing reaches into this space. Nothing disturbs this calm. This moment remains complete, held securely within your shelter. Peace stays steady and gentle, guiding the soul naturally toward deeper rest. Without concern, without resistance, remain near, sheltering God. As this stillness continues to deepen, let the heart rest hidden and at ease within your care. Let the body settle further into ease. Let peace remain soft and steady through every quiet breath. The stillness feels wide and secure now, like resting fully inside a quiet place that nothing can disturb. The body lies calmly, deeply supported, no longer sensing the outside at all. Breath moves softly, slow and even, carrying reassurance through every place. Nothing interrupts this sense of being safely hidden. Awareness grows lighter, less attached to thought. When thoughts appear, they drift without weight, dissolving gently back into silence before they can linger. The mind rests beside this quiet, no longer scanning, no longer listening, content to remain still. Silence feels protective and kind, holding everything without effort. Sheltering God. Your presence remains steady within this deep calm, sensed not through effort, but through safety itself. A resting heart abides here without concern, trusting that you are near, surrounding, covering. Your nearness feels like gentle shelter, dependable and warm, holding the soul without asking it to emerge. Peace continues to settle into the inner body, soft and reassuring, easing the deepest places that once stayed alert. The breath remains slow and even. The heartbeat calm and steady. The nerves rest completely. Safety is no longer something to think about. It is simply felt. Complete and quiet. You are the God who hides the resting soul fully, who surrounds without closing in. There is comfort in knowing that nothing requires attention now. You are already holding what matters, keeping watch while the body rests, guarding this quiet space with gentle care. The body responds by sinking further into ease. Muscles relaxed, limbs heavy and still, breath calm and secure. The sense of drifting grows stronger, awareness thinning, moving naturally toward deeper rest. There is no resistance here, only peace settling deeper. Nothing presses forward, nothing intrudes. This moment remains complete, held within your shelter. Peace stays gentle and steady, preparing the soul to drift further into stillness. Without effort, without fear, stay near, sheltering God. As this calm continues to deepen, let the heart remain hidden and at ease within your care. Let the body rest fully supported and calm. Let peace remain steady and sure through the quiet of the night. The night rests in a deep, gentle hush now, like a quiet chamber where nothing enters and nothing presses in. The body lies fully at ease. No movement needed. No awareness required. Breath flows softly on its own, slow and even, guided by rest rather than thought. Everything feels securely hidden within calm that does not shift. Awareness grows thinner, lighter, drifting without direction. Thoughts no longer form with clarity. They dissolve almost as soon as they arise. Silence stretches wide and reassuring, holding this moment with tenderness. The mind rests beside this silence, content to remain unseen, no longer listening for what might come. Sheltering God. You remain present in this deepening refuge, not calling the soul outward, not drawing attention, simply near. A resting soul abides within your covering without effort, trusting that you are here even as awareness fades. Your nearness feels like safety itself, quiet and complete. Peace continues to rest beneath awareness, soft and sustaining, like warmth held within the body. It settles the deepest places, calming the inner rhythms, restoring balance through stillness alone. This peace does not require vigilance. It remains steady because you remain near. The body grows heavier now, comfortably supported, muscles fully released, breath slow and secure. The boundary between waking and sleep softens further. Drifting feels natural, safe, welcomed. There is no need to remain alert. This shelter holds while rest deepens. You are the God who keeps watch as sleep approaches, who guards without disturbance. There is comfort in allowing awareness to fade, knowing you remain attentive, holding what matters while the soul rests quietly. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and gentle. Safety remains sure. The night carries this rest onward, preparing the soul for deeper stillness without effort. Remain near, sheltering God. As rest continues to deepen, let the heart remain hidden within your care. Let the body remain fully relaxed. Let peace continue to hold everything softly through the night. The stillness feels complete now, gentle and enclosing, like resting deep within a quiet shelter that remains steady through the night. The body stays unmoving, fully supported. No edges asking for attention. Breath flows softly, slow and even, almost blending into the silence itself. Everything feels held and covered without effort. Awareness drifts in and out quietly, untroubled. The mind no longer forms clear thoughts. It rests beside stillness, content to remain there. When awareness stirs, it does so gently, then settles again. Silence feels protective and kind, surrounding this moment with calm assurance. Sheltering God, you remain here in this deep abiding, closer than breath, warmer than thought. A resting soul remains within your presence without striving, without words, simply being held. Your nearness feels safe and constant, a refuge that does not weaken as awareness fades. Peace continues to settle into the inner body, soft and reassuring, easing places that once stayed alert. The heartbeat remains slow. The breath remains even. The nerves rest completely. Safety is no longer something the mind considers. It is something the body knows. Quiet and complete. You are the God who keeps watch while the soul rests, who guards without waking the heart. There is comfort in knowing that nothing slips beyond your care. That protection remains through every quiet hour. Even as sleep draws closer, the body remains heavy and at ease now. Muscles fully released, limbs still, breath calm and secure. The sense of drifting grows more complete. Awareness thinning further, moving naturally toward deeper rest. There is no resistance, only peace settling deeper. All remains calm, all remains settled. Peace fills the inner spaces without interruption. Safety remains gentle and sure. The soul rests here, hidden within your care, untroubled and at ease. Stay near, sheltering God. As this rest continues to deepen, let the heart remain unseen and safe within your refuge. Let the body remain settled and calm. Let peace continue softly through the night. The night holds everything with quiet tenderness now, like a sheltered place that does not shift or open. The body remains deeply at rest, supported without awareness. Breath moves gently, slow and even, blending into the silence. There is no effort in staying hidden. No effort in resting. Everything feels allowed to remain exactly as it is. Awareness drifts further inward, thinning into calm quiet. The mind no longer shapes thoughts or questions. It rests beside stillness, content to remain there. When awareness flickers, it does so softly, then settles again. Silence feels safe and enclosing, holding this moment without pressure or demand. Sheltering God. You remain present in this quiet abiding, not as something to notice, but as the covering that holds everything together. A resting soul remains within your care without effort, without knowing, simply being held. Your presence feels warm and steady, guarding this stillness through the night. Peace continues to rest deep within the body, soft and reassuring, calming the inner rhythms completely. The breath remains slow and even, the heartbeat steady and untroubled. Safety is no longer something to consider. It is simply felt, settled and complete, hidden within your nearness. The body feels comfortably heavy now, fully supported. Muscles loose and unguarded, limbs resting without movement. The sense of drifting grows more complete. Awareness fading naturally, moving gently toward deeper rest. There is no resistance here, only ease. You are the God who remains attentive through every quiet hour, who guards without stirring the soul. There is comfort in allowing awareness to fade further, trusting that you remain near, holding what matters while rest deepens. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and gentle. Safety remains sure and unbroken. The night carries this rest forward without interruption, covering this moment with quiet care. Remain near, sheltering God. As rest continues to deepen, let awareness fade without fear. Let the body remain at ease. Let peace continue to hold everything softly through the night. The quiet feels deep and undisturbed now, like resting far within a gentle shelter where nothing reaches. The body lies still and supported. No edges calling for attention. No need to adjust or respond. Breath flows softly, steady and calm, as though it belongs entirely to this hidden place. Everything feels wrapped in care that does not shift. Awareness drifts comfortably, hovering at the edge of rest, untroubled and light. The mind rests in long spaces of silence, where nothing forms and nothing asks. When a thought appears, it feels distant, faint, dissolving back into quiet almost immediately. Silence remains warm and enclosing, welcoming rest without demand. Sheltering God. You are present within this deep abiding, not as sound or movement, but as safety itself. A resting soul remains within your care without striving, without words, simply being held. Your presence feels steady and kind. A refuge that does not weaken as awareness fades. Peace settles more fully into the inner body now. Soft and reassuring. Easing the deepest places that once stayed alert. The breath remains slow and even. The heartbeat steady and calm. The inner rhythms soften completely. Resting in the knowledge that being hidden is enough. That nothing more is required. You are the God who shelters the weary heart. Who hides without isolating. There is comfort in knowing that protection does not pause when the mind grows quiet. That your care surrounds this night completely. Holding all that has been entrusted to you. The body remains heavy and at ease. Muscles fully released. Limbs still and supported. The sense of drifting grows deeper. Awareness thinning further. Moving naturally toward rest without resistance. There is no need to remain awake. Peace remains even as sleep draws near. All remains calm now. All remains settled. Peace fills the inner spaces without interruption. Safety remains gentle and sure. The soul rests here, hidden within your care, untroubled and safe. Stay near, sheltering God. As rest deepens further, let the heart remain unseen and at ease within your refuge. Let the body remain settled and calm. Let peace continue softly through the night. The night feels deeply enclosing now, like a quiet refuge drawn gently closed around the soul. The body remains settled and still. No movement. No anticipation. Breath continues softly, slow and even. Guided by rest rather than awareness. Everything feels allowed to remain hidden, untouched, safe within this calm. Awareness thins further, becoming distant and soft. The mind no longer shapes thoughts or images. It rests within silence, comfortable and untroubled. When awareness stirs, it does so faintly, then settles again. Silence remains warm and protective, surrounding this moment with gentle assurance. Sheltering God. You remain present within this quiet covering, unseen, unfelt, yet fully near. A resting soul remains within your care without effort, without attention, simply being held. Your presence feels steady and kind, guarding this stillness without disturbance. Peace continues its quiet work beneath awareness, soft and constant, calming the inner rhythms completely. The breath remains slow and even. The heartbeat steady and relaxed. Every place that once felt exposed now rests. Knowing safety does not fade with sleep. The body feels fully supported now. Limbs heavy and relaxed. Muscles loose and unguarded. The sense of drifting grows softer and more complete, like floating gently within care that does not open or shift. Sleep draws nearer, natural and safe. You are the God who shelters through the night, who keeps watch without waking the heart. There is peace in allowing awareness to fade completely, trusting that you remain attentive, holding what matters while the soul rests deeply. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and gentle. Safety remains sure and unbroken. The night carries this stillness forward with quiet care, guiding the soul toward deeper rest. Remain near, sheltering God. Through these quiet hours, let rest continue undisturbed. Let peace remain steady. Let the heart rest securely within your refuge. The stillness feels complete and secure now, like resting deep within a place that remains closed and gentle through the night. The body rests fully supported, unmoving, unguarded. Breath flows softly, barely noticed, slow and calm, as though it belongs entirely to this hidden quiet. There is no sense of needing to emerge, only rest continuing safely on its own. Awareness has grown faint, thinning into quiet presence. The mind no longer reaches outward. It drifts comfortably within silence, where nothing is required and nothing intrudes. Sleep feels close, natural, already surrounding the edges of being. There is ease in remaining unseen, comfort in knowing this refuge does not open unexpectedly. Sheltering God, you remain here in this deepest calm, not calling the soul outward, but holding it gently within. A resting soul abides within your care without knowing, without striving, simply being held. Your nearness feels steady and warm, a hiding place that does not weaken as rest deepens. Peace settles deeply into the body now, soft and reassuring, easing the final traces of tension around exposure. The breath remains slow and even, the heartbeat calm and steady. The inner body rests fully, knowing that being hidden is enough. That safety remains constant and kind. The body feels fully at ease now, muscles completely released, limbs heavy and supported. The boundary between waking and sleep softens further. Drifting becomes effortless, safe, welcomed. There is no need to remain aware. This shelter holds even as rest deepens. You are the God who covers through sleep, who guards without disturbance. There is peace in letting go completely, trusting that you remain attentive, holding the soul securely through every quiet hour. Nothing stirs, nothing intrudes. Peace remains wide and gentle. Safety remains sure and calm. The night continues its quiet work, carrying rest deeper and deeper. The heart remains hidden. The body remains at ease. The soul rests securely. Stay near, sheltering God. Through the quiet hours ahead, let peace remain unbroken. Let safety continue gently covering. Let rest remain deep and complete within your presence. The night feels settled into its deepest quiet now, like a gentle hiding place that holds without effort. The body rests without awareness of edges or weight. Fully supported. Fully still. Breath moves softly on its own. Slow and even. Guided by rest rather than thought. Everything feels safe enough to release completely. Nothing waits beyond this shelter. Awareness lingers only faintly, like a dim glow that softens as sleep draws near. The mind no longer reaches outward. It rests within silence, content to remain hidden, drifting naturally, without concern, without urgency. There is no need to stay present. This refuge remains steady even as awareness fades. Sheltering God. You remain close in this near sleep stillness. Covering without pressure. Guarding without sound. A resting soul remains within your care even as attention loosens. There is peace in knowing that hiding here is not escape. It is rest. That your presence holds what the mind releases, gently and faithfully through the night. Peace rests deep within the body now, soft and unmoving, like still water beneath a calm surface. It steadies the breath, quiets the heart, smooths the inner rhythms completely. Safety is no longer something to consider. It is simply felt, settled and sure, wrapped in your nearness. The body grows heavier in a comforting way, limbs fully relaxed, muscles loose and unguarded. Breath remains slow and secure. The sense of drifting becomes more complete. Awareness thinning further, moving naturally towards sleep without resistance. There is no fear in letting go. This hiding place remains closed and kind. You are the God who shelters through sleep, who keeps watch while the soul rests unseen. There is comfort in allowing awareness to fade completely. Trusting that you remain attentive, holding the heart in quiet protection through every silent hour. Everything is calm. Everything is settled. Peace remains wide and gentle. Safety remains steady and sure. The soul rests here on the edge of sleep, hidden, secure, and at ease. Remain near, sheltering God. As sleep deepens further, let rest continue undisturbed. Let peace remain steady. Let the heart remain safely hidden through the night. The quiet feels almost complete now, like the world has gently closed around this place of rest. The body lies deeply at ease, unmoving, unguarded. Breath flows softly, guided by sleep rather than awareness. Everything feels calm and hidden. Nothing reaching in, nothing asking to be faced. Awareness fades in gentle waves, appearing and dissolving without effort, without concern. The mind rests in long stretches of silence, where nothing forms and nothing calls. Thoughts no longer gather. They soften and disappear before taking shape. Silence holds everything kindly, wrapping this moment in quiet protection. Sheltering God. You remain present in this near-sleep stillness, holding the heart as consciousness loosens completely. A resting soul remains within your care even as awareness slips away. There is trust here without words. Surrender without effort. Knowing you remain faithful when the mind rests unseen. Peace continues to rest deep within the body. Soft and reassuring. Like warmth held beneath layers of calm. It steadies the breath. Settles the heart. Smooths the inner rhythms fully. Every place that once felt exposed now rests. Secure and covered. Knowing safety does not fade with sleep. The body grows heavier, more at ease. Muscles fully relaxed. Limbs still and supported. The sense of drifting becomes gentle and complete. Awareness thinning further. Floating just above sleep. Ready to fade entirely. There is no resistance. Only rest, welcoming rest. You are the God who keeps watch over the hidden heart. Who guards through the night without waking the soul. There is peace in letting awareness go completely. Trusting that you remain attentive. Surrounding this rest with quiet strength and care. Everything feels safe now. Everything feels settled. Peace rests wide and gentle. Safety remains sure and calm. The soul rests here, ready to slip fully into sleep, hidden securely within your care. The night feels very close now. Like a gentle covering resting softly over this hidden place. The body remains deeply still, fully relaxed, resting without effort. Breath moves slowly and quietly, guided by sleep rather than thought. Each breath feels like a settling deeper into safety. Carried by calm that does not open or shift. Awareness flickers faintly, appearing and fading like distant light behind closed eyes. The mind no longer holds shape or direction. It rests within silence, drifting naturally, comfortably. There is no pull to remain aware. No need to look outward. Sleep feels welcoming and secure. Already holding this moment. Sheltering God. You remain near as awareness grows dim. Holding the heart as consciousness loosens completely. A resting soul remains within your care without knowing. Without effort. Without words. There is trust in this quiet letting go. Trust that your covering remains when awareness fades. Steady and faithful through the night. Peace rests deep and unmoving within the body. Soft and reassuring. Calming the smallest movements. Steadying breath and heart completely. Safety is not something to check or confirm. It is simply known. Settled and sure. Wrapped within your presence that does not withdraw. The body feels heavy and secure. Limbs loose. Muscles fully released. Breath remains slow. Even. Unguarded. The boundary between waking and sleep dissolves almost entirely. Drifting feels complete. Natural. Embraced. Nothing resists this rest. You are the God who watches through sleep, who guards the hidden heart without waking the soul. There is safety in allowing awareness to fade fully, knowing you remain attentive, surrounding this refuge with gentle care. Everything is quiet now. Everything is settled. Peace rests wide and gentle. Safety remains sure and calm. The soul drifts freely, unseen, untroubled, secure, ready for deep sleep within your care. Remain near, sheltering God. Through the deep hours of rest ahead, let sleep settle fully. Let peace remain unbroken. Let the heart remain safely hidden in your presence. The night rests in full quiet now, deep and enclosed, like a hidden place that remains gently sealed. The body lies completely at ease, settled beyond awareness. Breath moves softly on its own, slow and steady, carrying calm through every place without effort. Everything feels covered, protected, and held in peace that does not need guarding. Awareness is faint now, barely present, like a soft echo that rises and fades. The mind rests in silence, no longer forming thoughts, no longer sensing the edges of this place. Sleep surrounds this moment fully, holding it with kindness. There is nothing to return to, nothing to face, only rest continuing quietly on its own. Sheltering God. Your presence remains constant through this deep stillness, unseen, unfelt, yet fully near. A resting soul remains under your care without knowing, without waking, without striving. You keep watch while sleep holds the body, guarding this hidden place with gentle strength and steady love. A quiet blessing settles over heart and body, not spoken aloud, not noticed, simply given. Peace rests where exposure once lingered. Calm rests where vigilance once lived. Safety remains deep and gentle, continuing its healing work through every hour of sleep. Restoring without awareness, holding without interruption. The body remains relaxed and secure, muscles loose, breath even, heart steady. Everything needed for rest has been provided. Everything required for protection is already present. The night carries this blessing forward without disturbance, sheltering the soul until morning light returns. You are the God who hides the weary in kindness, who renews in stillness, who remains faithful through every silent watch. There is comfort in knowing that nothing is lost in rest, that safety remains complete even in silence, even in sleep. All is calm now. All is settled. Peace rests wide and gentle. Safety remains sure and quiet. The soul sleeps safely, hidden within your presence, covered by your care, carried softly through the night. The night remains wrapped in complete stillness now, gentle and enclosed, calm and secure. The body continues to rest deeply, surrendered fully to sleep, held in quiet peace without awareness. Breath moves softly and steadily, slow and natural, carrying life through every place without waking effort. Everything remains settled within this hiding place that does not open or shift. Awareness rests far beneath the surface, softened and quiet. The mind remains still, untouched by thought or concern. Silence surrounds this moment like a warm covering, kind and protective. There is nothing to step into, nothing to face. Only rest unfolding exactly as it should, hidden and safe, sheltering God. Your presence remains faithful through the deepest hours, covering without pressure, guarding without sound. A sleeping soul rests securely within your care, unseen, unfelt, yet completely held. Your shelter does not fade with sleep. It remains steady and sure through the night. A final blessing settles softly over this resting heart, peace filling every inner space, calm remaining where exposure once lingered, safety staying gentle and complete beneath sleep, restoring without awareness, renewing without effort. Nothing presses in, nothing unsettles. All is held in quiet kindness and care. The body remains at ease, muscles loose, breath even, heart steady. The night carries this blessing forward, sheltering rest until morning light returns. Renewal unfolds quietly through stillness, through trust, through your faithful presence. You are the God who hides and protects until waking, who remains a refuge through every silent hour. There is safety here, completeness here, rest given freely and fully. All remains calm, all remains peaceful. Peace stays wide and gentle. Safety stays sure and kind. The soul sleeps securely, wrapped in your presence, held through the night, and gently carried toward a new day.